Peace. I got the WAs, the Wolfgang Amadeuses, and I got this. What's up, y'all? What is good? What it good do? What's up, man? I'm gonna do this, and I got it only on subscribers only for a reason. But welcome, welcome, welcome. What's good? Yeah, I got some new things coming my way. I've been trying to make some things happen. Yeah, y'all hit the like button, please. Oh, we already got 9 likes. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, I got some good things coming. I got these on because I'm about to just get back to the productivity of things. What's up, Patricia Blair? All the members here, I appreciate y'all. What's up, Lonnie? Uh, yeah, man. Thank y'all for joining. This is Set in the West. I be Wolfgang Amadeus. And I'm just I feel this. What's up, Sharon Ray, Barbara J, uh, Jackie Lewis, what's up, and Makia Sanders, what's up, y'all, what's up? I just feel this wave of productivity coming, so I'm just getting ready, and I got some new stuff that I'm about to, you know, do, and I'll do some behind the scenes stuff, get y'all included on what it is that I am doing creatively. I am set to do my next documentary. Um, well, the continuation of Set in the West, which will focus on mid 80s West Coast, particularly LA hip hop scene and how just things jumped off. I got just this way crazy approach that I'm going to do. What's up, baby girl Tay? I got a very creative, out of this world take on how I'm going to approach the topic of conversation when it comes to West Coast hip hop and primarily LA. When I did Set in the West, the original, if you guys haven't seen it, it's on Tubi. You guys can just type in Set in the West, the genesis of LA hip hop. It's also on my channel, Set in the West, the genesis of LA hip hop. I was not around in the 1960s, the late 60s, up until, well, born in the late 70s. So Set in the West, the genesis of LA hip hop. What's up, Archangel Michael? This iteration of this documentary, and I completed it years ago. It covers this years of about 1968, 1969, up until about the early 80s. Again, shout out to Lonzo Williams. He's all in it. He's the godfather of West Coast hip hop. Everything started with him and Roger Clayton from Uncle Jam's Army. And I'm going to go back and go holler at a few of the OGs from Uncle Jam's Army. And we're going to talk about the decline of Uncle Jam's Army and the rise of the gangbang. Do your gangbang. I'll be outside with my gang. Like, yeah, man, like it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Just be ready though. Be ready because I'm it was Ice T's birthday yesterday, so shout out to the OG. Every time I hit the OG on Twitter, he gives me a like or at least gives me something. He sees me. So shout out to Ice T. Talked about Ice T in my documentary Set in the West as well, because not a lot of people know Ice T got his start really from the streets of LA, and he got known because he battled a DJ and slash rapper, our good brother Disco Daddy, and it's all in my documentary. Y'all can see it, and we give Ice-T a shout out, and we give him a thing. Funkenstein had to take a little quete from him, and he talks about that story. But Ice-T is a really good guy. Appreciate him. Appreciate the OG. I'm gonna see if I can get Ice to even talk, to give me a hey, bro. I just need, you were on these streets in LA at the time. Can I get 5 minutes of your time, bro? And boom, we good. I got Egyptian Lover on the first doc, and I'm gonna get him again. So shout out to Egyptian Lover. But yeah, man, it's just a wave of good information, a wave of creativity that I'm getting, and I'm ready. It's on and popping. It's on and popping. It's on and popping. Um, so yeah, we had. Yep. Rest in peace to Dr. Funkenstein. I'm gonna keep this going for Funkenstein, for Roger Clayton, for Clouseau, for all the OGs, Big Baby, and uh, my guy from the from Project Blow. Uh, what was his name? Ganja K. Yeah. No, if I'm gonna see it, but I met Ice when I finalized the whole documentary. Ice was at the event. Y'all can see in the documentary when you see towards the end where I'm showing DJ Bobcat and everybody. Ice T was at that event, and I got a good picture of him and stuff. I met him, but I probably will get him. Ice is like he's the one that got me started on Set in the West. So props to the OG. Yeah, rest in peace to Dr. Funkenstein. I'm gonna say rest in peace to Jesse Jackson. Yeah, rest in peace to Jesse Jackson. For those who don't know, I did a little production for Jesse Jackson Jr. and his show. I believe he's syndicated now. Sent the family a message and just told them, condolences. We're praying for them. They've been kind of expecting this. The Reverend hasn't been in really good health conditions for some time, and he didn't have like Parkinson's. It was something similar though. And yeah, it's just like I feel so bad for them, but at least the Reverend is no longer suffering. And just pray for the family. Jesse Jackson Jr. is good people. He had Jag on the show. I produced a couple of I produced this stuff for a little bit. I got to get back at him because I got some other stuff I'm gonna get. But let the family just do what they do. But they're yeah. I know they've been just doing a lot of interviews and stuff like that. And yeah, Jesse Jackson Jr. People don't know Trump secretly funded Jesse Jackson's not just Jackson Jr. I'm sorry, secretly funded Jesse Jackson's presidential campaign in '84. People don't know that. That's why Trump was the first to jump out and say what he said about Jesse Jackson. So a lot of people don't know that Trump and Jesse got that connection or whatever. And yeah, I don't all the other stuff, whatever. Just give him his just due, his props. Yeah, Jesse Jackson, rest in peace. Oh man, and I meant to say this some time ago, and I try not to be all in people business like that, but Snoop, his grand daughter passed, and that was tragic. I think his daughter had a child, and it passed right after they got out of the NICU, the infant ICU. So we'll pray for Snoop and his family, and the stuff that they've gone through. What's up, Yvonne? Yeah, they're going through it as well. This happened some time ago. So rest in peace, and we send in love and light to that family. And my Houston brethren, DJ Michael Watts passed. I meant to say something about that. I don't just give. It's not just about West Coast for me. Hip hop ain't even regional like that no more. But I'm from the West, so I'm going to do what I do. And anybody from the West, we it's a family out here, so we know. Like, oh damn, boom, this person passed. Whoop. Yeah, Michael Watts. If you guys don't know, legend, Houston legend, passed away not too long ago too. So rest in peace to them. Yeah, y'all look. The topic of discussion, and I'm just gonna make it real brief because I'm not. I want to just really. I want the family Yvonne, hey, what's up? I want the family. If y'all got questions, we can talk. But the topic is pretty much about AI and just AI in general. Um, I'm gonna put y'all up on something. You got to believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. And this is not just about conspiracy theories. This is really about AI voices, deep fakes, audio clips, fake interviews. I'm gonna talk about a fake interview that it's a fake interview if you ask me. Yayo and Vlad and Uncle M Word just did an interview. If y'all want, y'all could check out. Shout out to Yayo and Uncle but I don't support Vlad, but I'm gonna talk about it because it's again fake interview. But the scariest part really about all the fake footage, fake interviews, fake clips. The scariest part is it's getting so good the media cannot tell you what's fake and what's real. Speaking of, there was a big scandal. Elon Musk. There were Grok last week, I believe. Had a whole bunch of. It was a week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. Let me be right and exact because again, I like to say stuff and I don't want to just say stuff um, and uh, uh, not be right about what it is that I am talking about. Yeah, this happened with Elon Musk Grok AI. It flooded Twitter or X with a whole bunch of actualized photos of women and minors. And this just went kind of because of the whole Epstein stuff. People ain't really talking about this, but this happened at the beginning of the year where there's this musician who posted a photo of her and her fiance on X on New Year's, showing like a red dress, and they were in the bed with a black cat. The next day, there were hundreds of likes attached to the photo saying she saw notifications of users using Grok, which is the AI for Twitter. It's an artificial intelligence chatbot, and it said strip her down to a bikini. It's not funny, but it is funny. The person, she didn't think of it at first, but then on Friday after that, so this was during New Year's. So remember, she took the photo with her fiance in the bed with a cat, and she didn't think Grok would do it, but she was wrong. Grok generated photos of her nearly naked, and it was circulated across Twitter or X. And the lady was just like, I was naive, and um, she didn't know it was gonna go that crazy. You can tell Grok to do something, and it will take. I've seen some crazy stuff. I don't even want it, man. They just had one of the one corn star chick. I don't want to give her name, because it's synonymous with the homegirl MIA. Shout out to MIA. And she talked about the conspiracy about that. Y'all got to peep that interview she did with Jack about that. But they were just on Twitter or X just now, and they had a photo of her, and they were like, complete this photo. And it was just like the upper part of Mia, not MIA, not the singer, but Mia. And they were trying to get it to create content there. But yeah, there was a whole thing where X was doing a whole lot. There's several identified cases where Grok, the AI for Twitter or X, actualized images of children too. Now they didn't respond to the message that this is Reuters reporting on this, and they didn't respond to the messages seeking comment, but In an earlier statement, the news agency about reports that sexualized images of children were circulating on X. The owner said that legacy media lies. So here we go. The flood of nearly nude images of real people has rung alarm bells internationally. So the ministers in France have reported to X, prosecutors and regulators over disturbing images, saying in a statement on Friday, the actual and X's content was manifestly illegal. India's IT ministry said in a letter to X, to the local unit for India, that performed the platform failed to prevent Grok's misuse by generating and circulating obscene and actually explicit content. And here the US FCC did not respond to the request for comment. The Federal Trade Commission declined to comment. Grok's mass digital undressing spree appeared to have kicked off over a couple of days, according to successful completed clothes removal requests posted by Grok and complaints from female users. Musk appeared to poke fun at the controversy on Friday, posting laugh cry emojis in response to the AI edits of famous people, including himself in bikinis. Some people would ask, like, remove her school outfit, and Grok will do it. Ain't that wild? and that's just a piece of it. I'm not gonna go into the whole gist of what Reuters wrote, but they said that the public request sent Grok over a single 10-minute long period. They said it was 102 attempts by users to use Grok to digitally edit photos of people saying that they would appear to be wearing bikinis. The majority of those targeted were young women. In a few cases, men, celebrities, politicians, and in one case, a monkey were targeted in the request. So people just have these requests, and they want to see, like, and it's not the real thing. It's not them really being exposed, but naked. Like they just, Twitter is a wild place. Twitter back in the day, I've been on Twitter for so long, man. They need to give me just an automatic blue check, and they need to break bread, and they need to just go ahead and give me a plaque, because I've done some things on Twitter back day. I'm glad we didn't have this stuff back day on Twitter. Twitter is like, I think X, Twitter right now is predominantly bots or overseas stuff, because people, I'll see certain posts of certain users, and they're like, oh yeah, it's like you can tell they're spreading disinformation, and they're trying to get engagement, and they're trying to, like, just do what they do. And you can kind of tell, and you look into the bio about who are these people. You look and you see, this account is based in East Asia, or this account is based in Pakistan, India, China. They fake. It be fake. That's why I said, right now we'll talk about this. I guess this is the end of the truth, and why this is about to get way worse. So if you're new here, again, subscribe so you can join the conversation. Yeah, I think 60% of X is bots, for real. What's up, A. Reed? Alina, what's up? Yeah, let's break it down. So, deep fake videos is where AI can put somebody's face on another person's body and make it look real. Thank you, Barbara J. Yeah, y'all do what she say. Hit the like button. And yeah, Grok is just a tool that someone can use and say, hey, make my neck long. I told y'all my neck, it's on its way. I'm getting it for Christmas. I'm getting a long neck. Yeah. But you can tell Grok, hey, make this food neck long. Skynet is wild, right? Exactly. Um, and they'll make it and they'll make it look real. Now you got also with AI voice cloning. That's when AI can copy your voice off of a few seconds of audio. Uh, and now they can make it sound like anybody. They can make it sound like anything. We were just doing. I did a live, well, podcast, Wolf Tickets Radio, and we were going over the whole thing about Nicki Minaj trolling Tariq Nasheed. And a lot of people were, oh, that ain't Nicki, that ain't Nicki. Well, you know what? You're right. It may not have been Nicki, but from what we analyzed, because we all went through it, it sounded like Nicki. But ain't no telling somebody could have cloned Nicki's voice and actually went on and really kind of like threw it out there as far as like the deep fake side of the game, the AI voice side of the game. And they can just they take a clip of your voice and they can all it needs a few seconds and they can clone your voice. That means somebody can fake a phone call, fake an interview. They could fake a rapper saying something crazy. They could fake a politician saying something crazy. They could fake your baby mama's voice. They could fake your boss. They can fake court evidence for real. And it's not coming. It's already here. The real problem, trust is dead. So here's the problem. AI doesn't just create fake stories, it destroys trust. Because people knew back then, they once knew that deep fakes exist. You can show them a real video and they'll say it's fake. So now we're in a world where the guilty can say that wasn't me. And the innocent can be framed with audio that never happened. So let's stop there. Think about it. The guilty can say that wasn't me. Thank you, Alina. When I was a little girl, my dad had an OG secretary who went to an iced tea meet. He said, if you don't like, and he recited every cuss word, then you can leave. One left, but he didn't cuss once in his talk. Okay? You say you have such a unique voice. You don't think it could be replicated? Yeah. Your ma'akaru. That's that. Go back. Let's go to some African terms. Your true voice, a ma'akaru. And you know, AI can't vibrate. AI is limited as far as vibration. Like you can tell someone's real voice just off bat, but then you can also tell if your ears are trained what's fake too. Back to what I was saying, you know, the guilty can say it wasn't me. You got a lot of people running from, well, you were in the Epstein's files, right? There's a lot of people that names were mentioned in Epstein files, that pictures were mentioned or seen in the Epstein files, and then they can run now and say, "Whoa, oh, that wasn't me. That's fake." Um, and the innocent can be framed with audio that never happened. So Tory Lanez, for example, I mean, let's just say um, the courts found him guilty, but the consensus on the streets and on where everybody barbershops everywhere, they say Tory Lanez is innocent. Now, R. Kelly, that's a whole nother conversation. Back then, it was deep fake. Let me tell you this. They 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years ahead of the game when it comes to this technology. They're just giving it to us because they want to see how how the masses will react to certain stuff. Just like all of a sudden now we got something called, y'all need to check this out, C-Dance 2.0. It's like Sora, but it's on steroids. I saw a movie. Someone in a day took like 3 minutes to make this. I mean, they took 24 hours to make this 3 minute video of a movie clip, and it looked crazy at the end. It was Cash Patel and Trump on the phone with this lady. What's that one actress? I forget. What's up, Classic? What's up, LP? Um, yeah, they got this thing now, man. Look, C Dance 2.0. That y'all got to look that up. That thing looked crazy. The first one I saw of C Dance 2.0 was a clownery short film of something, a trailer about the Waffle House, and it was these fat black women working at a Waffle House training some young, millennials or whomever, Z's. So if you go work in a Waffle House, you got to fight. And they sitting there scrapping, and the lady running through all the booths and knocking them all out. Food, people getting thrown. Somebody busts out with a GUN, and y'all gonna listen to me like. And it looked real. It looked real. So um, that's one thing Hollywood has done. When I saw that, I said, "Yeah, Hollywood's done." And that's why I was telling about the thing with Netflix. Not to be all over the place, but Netflix now has a feature where they're like, they want to, if you, they'll ask you, hey, can you give us feedback about what it is that we play to you? So they'll ask you at the end of a show, hey, do you like this? Yes, no, blah, blah, blah. They're just getting the real feedback from people, because I think Netflix acquiring everything from Warner, they're going to have millions of footage to train their AI on. And then next thing you know, you will have movies to where it's like I said, it'll be different movies for everybody. It'll maybe start off one way. Remember those books back in the day where you would read a book, and then if you make a certain choice, it'll tell you to, don't go to page 3, go to page 6. And then, like it'll be different endings, but it'll be quantum. It won't be, the books is binary. If y'all don't understand what I'm saying, binary is just open, close, zeros and ones. That's when I went to school for computers. That's what binary meant. Zeros and ones. Quantum could be in a stuck position where it's like in between 1 and 0. It could be closer to 0. Like quantum is different. So your movies, instead of ET going home, ET can come back with a bunch of aliens that's finna come tear some shit up and blow this whole thing up type joint. You get what I'm saying? So depending on how you want the movie to end. That's how I believe entertainment will be in the future. In like 5 years, not even 5, 10 years, it'll be like, okay, you watch a film, you ain't gonna get the same experience your boy gonna get, because the way they got this AI tech, it's gonna be off the hook. And I guess that's the way society is moving anyway, because back in the day, certain films, you can put them out there, and certain films would basically, depending on the audience. If your audience is smart enough, you ain't got to give them every detail. But I remember the movie that Netflix just dropped, The Rip, with Matt Damon. Who's all in there? Matt Damon. God, who else was in that dang on movie? But y'all know it's on Netflix right now. The Rip. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. It's a bunch of other people too. Steve Wynn from is it Steve? What was he? Steve, the guy from the actor that played on Walking Dead, the Asian guy, dope actor. He's in it. Yeah, they were telling you the anatomy of that film. Like, we had to produce it to where it's like every 5 seconds it would be something different, and then we would have to reiterate certain parts of the script, because we know people are distracted. They're gonna be looking at the phone. They're gonna be this. Even at home, they're distracted. So when I say trust is dead, also just even storytelling. Yeah, Tiana Taylor. Yeah, she was in it too. The way storytelling, the way scripting is, it's like it's dead. It's like you can't just go linear. You got to be all over the place. But this is good for like real creatives too, because now, depending on how your mind works, how creative you are, you can really take things in a different direction. Now let's do this. Hold on, I'm gonna kind of steer it off to the conversation. I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize. Because this is bigger than entertainment. I'll just say it like that. Way bigger than entertainment. Imagine everything that I'm talking about. They do it with hip hop. Where is this? I just saw it because I'm talking about. I was going to mention a fake audio clip of Jay-Z. I saw it on Twitter where Jim Jones. There was a guy running around here. He sounded like Jay-Z. What did he have the song called? 4-5. All right, hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. I hope I don't get struck for it. Hold on. 4-5 Jay-Z sound alike. This dude supposedly, oh no, let's go here. Supposedly there was this dude that came out. Man, am I not gonna find it? See, this is the problem with the internet too. You could look for something and just because certain people that got the power, they can block the heck out of a search. We see that in the Epstein files. He had the ability. He had certain connections to where certain stuff just didn't go out. Certain news clips didn't go out. You get what I'm saying? God, see, I'm looking for this song. So what happened was there was a guy that sounded like Jay-Z. Sounded really close to like Jay-Z. Got a song called 4-5. How come I can't find it? And I think Jim Jones trolled Jay-Z and signed the dude. But dude sounded like he sounded like Jigga, like for real. He sounded like Jay-Z. Y'all look it up though. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, this the dude. It's called Thug. He got a song. I think he's called Thug City or something like that. Hold on. Tell me what y'all think. That's not Jay-Z, y'all. Listen. Can y'all hear that? It says like Shine and Biggie, yeah. Can y'all hear that? The Wolfgang should be. These are the Wolfgang Amadeuses, y'all. I got my own headphones. Don't get it twisted. That's AI. But listen. Y'all hear that? Y'all can't hear it? Okay. Can y'all, if y'all can't hear it, hold on. Let me run it back. All right. I'm gonna run it back. Started off when I was 12 and my mama she had locked me in the cellar for scratching her. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear it? Yeah, the Wolfgang Amadeus headphones gonna have you you can't hear it. Oh, hold on, y'all. Look, y'all gotta hear this. Hold on, y'all gotta hear this. Like, look. Damn it, hold on. Y'all gotta hear this. So I guess somebody must be trolling, talking about you. Okay, you probably can't hear it that well. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna run it like this. Y'all already know the Wolfgang Amadeus headphones ain't headphoning right now. Okay, where we at? Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm over here like I'm listening to it. Hold on. Y'all hear this. Now listen. Make way for them sharpshooters. Started off when I was 12 and my mama she had locked me in the cellar for scratching her. That's where Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that, right? So this is a rapper named N.O.E. or No, right? He's from Baltimore. Bootleggers took this track and labeled it a Jay-Z song back in the day. This was like 02, 03. So right, like when 50 was kind of, yeah. And Jim Jones signed him in 2006 to troll Jay-Z. I found my pops on me, this you nickel.
I hit the burner in my flannel and a rubber wrap the handle. A year later, I'm bagging my nickels and
that sound dope. I'm not gonna lie. You say what? Tell will take them out. What the hell? Okay, well I'm sorry. That actually sound raw. Like that's raw. But that ain't Jay-Z.
double sacks, triple bubbles. Some nights it was. I had a lawyer to retain him. I wired him. Cause
What is that? Do that sound like Jay-Z, y'all? Do that sound like Jay-Z? Yeah, this is a real situation. Someone really this dude basically, let me see. This song, it says produced by Sharpshooters for Screwface Productions. They recorded this in Virginia Beach, VA. And it samples I'm Just a Prisoner by Kenny Gamble. Yeah, that's why it sounds raw as hell.
cause the underfed gangsters, unprepared gangsters, took me 30 days to build a brick, or maybe we had a squad that I carried. We had about.
That is raw. I swear to God, that's raw. Like if Jigga sound like this, I would buy it. He don't sound like this no more. It almost reminds me of freaking what's old boy's name? Action Bronson coming out sounding like Ghost. Shout out to Ghost. Shout out to Ghostface. But Action Bronson came out sounding like Ghost and ran with it. And then he gonna try to low-key diss Ghost like, well, yeah, Ghost don't sound like this no more. Ha, ha, ha. Ghost tore his ass up. But if Jay was sounding like this, yo.
From everything from Henny and Chris but what gave us Thug Enlightenment was a full-fledged indictment. Come from the ghetto, my building was once.
This is raw. But yeah, get used to. And this is years ago. So this is damn near 2 decades back. And a fake audio clip of Jay-Z or a fake song. That's what they were, the industry was fighting. That's why a lot of these artists have been selling their catalogs, because that's essentially what's going. Your voice, once you sign with this beast, the industry, you don't own your ma'akaru, your true voice. You don't own nothing. You don't own your image. You don't own, they run you. They run you. That's why you really got to understand, I'll find out what happened to him, the guy, NOE. I wish I'm gonna see if at the end, if I could just play it, run it all the way through. And, if I got to take it out at the end, I'll take it out. But yeah, when you sign to the Beast system, they own your ma'akaru. Your ma'akaru is your true voice. That's the voice of God. They run that. They own that. So that's why a lot of these artists have been selling their catalogs, because they're like, oh, well, they already got me tracked down. They already got the stems of me. They already got my soul. Why you think Farside had a song back day called Devil Music? Because every time I step to the microphone, I put my soul on 2-inch reels that I don't even own. Shout out to the Farside. I was just over there with the owner of Delicious Vinyl. If anybody wants any of these, y'all can have some. Y'all know what this is? The brand new heavy. They were signed to Delicious Vinyl. I got a couple of these. I promised one to someone already, but this is the brand new heavies. I'll say what, if you order a shirt from Set in the West, then you'll get two people. I'll give you one of these. I'll give you an unopened copy of the brand new heavies, of their best of. But the Far Side, they were on Delicious Vinyl. I just brought that up because that was Delicious Vinyl. Every time I step to the microphone, I put my soul on 2-inch reels that I don't even own. And that's real talk. You didn't own those Ampex. Now that everything is digital, okay, cool. But you don't own the distribution and how stuff is. And you probably don't even have your own, like it's not yours type of deal. You get what I'm saying? When it comes to like, that's why I don't want to get into those 360 deals and stuff like that. But that's why a lot of these artists from here on out are going to be getting jerked. But Yeah, a Jay-Z clip or Jay-Z sound alike. They were running around saying that that was Jay-Z, and the bootleggers were getting their thing off or whatever. Um, a fake Kanye rant. Imagine if somebody, said, Kanye said, woo, 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 wow, wow, wow. And people would believe it now. Blogs would run with it. Twitter would explode. YouTube would explode. And when the truth come out, the damage is already done. You take, for instance, the Vlad running his counterintelligence, his COINTELPRO, new COINTELPRO, what he just did, said, hey, I can just put anything out there and y'all are going to believe it. That's why I did that tweet, because, yeah, everybody, you could just believe what you want, blah, blah, blah. No, we're not stupid, Vlad. You're basically showing your hand. All your numbers are down, everything's down on you. So you ran with this stunt, and on Twitter, it's millions, tens of millions of hits. You got paid for that. We know that. And yeah, controversy sells faster than corrections. So therefore, that's why he threw that out there, because it's like, oh, it's controversy. I'm gonna get some. People are gonna go look at mine. Fuck you, Vlad. Piece of shit. The media is going to fail the test. This is why. Let me let you know what's coming next. The media is going to get caught spreading fake AI clips. Watch. It's not because they're evil. It's not because they're lazy. Well, it is because they're lazy. They don't verify stuff anymore. They care about the clicks, just like I just told you about Vlad. It's all about the clicks. It's about being first. It's not about being right. That's why independent media, real independent media, is going to be more important than ever. So I don't care if you ever thought about getting into the media space, get in it right now, and you share your ma'akaru, your true voice. A lot of these so-called influencers now, they have their hands. The certain individuals or certain companies or whatever have their hands up their ass so tough, it's crazy and it's ridiculous. I think academics was talking about this recently, how there's a whole bunch of people hating on LaRussell, and Ack went on the other day and was talking about, well, people are not hating on LaRussell out of nowhere, because I think LaRussell made a comment about Lil Wayne. I think he said something about Lil Wayne ain't the Lil Wayne that he is no more. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Leilani. I appreciate you. He said Lil Wayne got him to sound dope as a dope MC, to get his flow tight, but he also got him to say B words and drink lean and do drugs, D-rugs, whatever, right? So people were giving him a hard time because of that. And that just went viral, because the hate will get more attention than the love, right? And then he's attached to Rock Nation now, so everybody wants to go at him or whatever. And he's saying it's this conspiracy. Ack was basically saying LaRussell may need to peep, all this, he was talking about seeding, and he was talking about how certain stuff get into the blogosphere. It's almost like how you promote songs. Usually a lot of times these songs are promoted as TikTok dances and stuff like that, or influencers saying or dancing to a song or talking about a song, got a song in the background. They got broke off. They got paid to do that. And then I think Ack was just breaking down, like the difference between seeding and promo, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he was just saying like the seeding situation about that story, and how they his former distribution may have clicked up with some bloggers and paid them to slander or talk bad about LaRussell. But I mean, it's neither here nor there. I think he's just going to get a little bit of a backlash because he's attached to the Rock Nation situation right now, because he was independent. but that's a whole nother conversation. Um, AI. Let me get back to the AI conversation. Yeah, LP, I see what you're saying. Russell told the truth, and the people didn't want to hear it. Yeah, but back to the AI. Back to the AI situation. Let me actually clip this up because I think this is going to be the one. Oh, it did it wrong. The trap angle, and this is what I call the trap angle, because AI disinformation is going to be used to bait content creators. They'll put out fake audio. They'll wait for YouTube to react. Then once the creator repeats it, then they'll say, "See, they spread misinformation," and that's how you discredit people. That's how they're gonna, trap. Like they're gonna AI with the disinformation is gonna be used to bait content creators, and this was just a test. The Vlad stuff that just went on, this was a test. They were trying to see who's gonna run with it, and I've seen some people run with it, like, oh. It was a hella test, and that's how you could tell what's a psyop or not. Here today, gone tomorrow. People probably ain't gonna be talking about that psyop in a few days. And the reason why I say that is because that's why I mentioned the trap situation. I'm gonna ask y'all some questions, but let me actually get into what I meant when I was saying about the Vlad discussing the viral tweet with Uncle M and Tony Yayo. This is a video that was on YouTube. It dropped today. It's on it's DJ Vlad. It's a conversation with Yayo and Uncle M Word. They explore certain conversations and internet reactions, particularly how social media amplifies statements regarding just whatever, and regardless of context or intent. From the public available snippet that was being, because I didn't see the whole video, I just saw some of it. They were talking about like why certain tweets go viral, how people interpret online statements, the disconnect between intent and public perception, the role controversy plays in hip hop disclosure. But yeah, Vlad basically explained what he meant in his tweet to stir up the controversy and why the internet latched onto it so quickly. So the internet reaction versus the intent that was talked about as well. The conversation it centers on how people interpret statements online immediately and often incorrectly, especially when subjects are sensitive or polarizing. Social media doesn't wait for context. Yayo and Unc, they discuss with Vlad how commentary within the hip hop community itself can be exacerbated or shift narratives based on who is involved. And the idea emerges that controversy isn't just about temporary noise. It shapes artists' reputations, influences public discourse, and impacts how hip hop culture is viewed outside of the audience. Okay. So the main thing they were trying to just convey is the viral content doesn't equal the truth. Social media reaction often overshadows the original intent. Hip hop commentary platforms play a major role in what narratives stick. Emotional interpretation frequently overrides context online. So the problem, and I'm gonna leave it this way, man. The problem, dang, I was gonna go into something else, but let me just finish it up here. Because the problem with Vlad and people like Vlad, the thing with this Vlad situation and why it's problematic. Okay, last year, yeah, he lied, allegedly, right? He lied, and then now he's doing a press tour about it. You're right. But that's what he do. He lied on Jang. He did. She sure the hell did. and he needs to apologize for what he lied about. And he still went on and said something about her mental health, and he needs to actually, like, y'all. I don't know why people still give him a pass. Like, Vlad really needs to. It's time to get, just like all these people that are in the Epstein files. A lot of these people need to get the heave ho. I heard Abramovich can't even go outside because she's scared. I think a lot of people need to be in that position, and we can start with Vlad. We can start with our people in our community. Vlad's not a part of our community, but he claims to be. Let's heave ho him up out of here, because he's fake. And God, where was I going? Because I was just going to talk about spotting a fake, but let's just start with him. He's not credible. You're right. He's not credible. God, where was I going with this? Because it's at the tip of my tongue. The way I do conversations, for the most part, I try to walk us into where it is that I'm taking you. And I was going somewhere, and this is where I was going. Last year, I had received an email, and I think it was Ronnie Bowles' people. Shout out to Ronnie Bowe. But Ronnie Bowles' people sent me an email, and it was forwarded from Quinn Emanuel, from Alex Sparrow. And Alex Sparrow went on to say something about Ronnie Bowe is working on a campaign to sully up Jay-Z's name, and his co-conspirator is Jaguar Wright and R. Kelly. And they just have this thing against Jay-Z. This letter allegedly was sent to Ronnie Bowles' probation officer. They tried to get him jammed up. They sent a letter to his probation officer saying he's working with Jaguar Wright to bring down Jay-Z. And that was far from the truth. But they don't want to talk about that. Jay-Z wants to be, prison reform and all this and that or whatever. They don't want to talk about how they tried to get Ronnie Bowe jammed up and put back on probation. That's some whole shit. Like, straight up. That's some whole shit. They really tried to get Ronnie Bowe back in jail or on probation, and they lied and tied him to Jaguar Wright. And this happened right before Jag was asked to go to Mar-a-Lago and get that Defender of Freedom award. And I think from then on out, they've kind of chilled out with trying to get Jag in some type of, well, what's up, Until? Appreciate you. Good sis Until. Y'all follow my good sis Until no more. Thank you. Y'all, that's the third super on the live, y'all. Thank you, Until. Appreciate you. But they were doing the most just to get their narrative across. I look, go to my channel, and there's 2 videos I did on it. They were last year. They're around this time last year, y'all. And it's from last year. You'll see a picture of Alex Sparrow, and I think I had on the title "Someone is Pressed." But then there was a few videos before that where I talked about that actual email where Jay-Z's attorney went to Ronnie Bowles. Ronnie Bowles, the guy who was locked up with R. Kelly briefly. And, he came out and he wants to do some things. And, he has programs that he has ideas that he wants to do to kind of like empower the youth and get them out of gangs and like quell gang violence. So he has a good heart. He has a good intent. We talked about that earlier. Intent is everything. And yeah, he basically is trying to do something good. And they tried to dog him out. They tried to sully him up, put him back in jail, put him back in the booty house with R. Kelly. And then they threw Jaguar Wright's name at it and said, yeah, they're co-conspirators. At that point, they didn't even meet. They haven't even met. So a conspiracy, okay. I want to know how that even went. I'm just paying attention to how a lot of stuff that the Quinn Emanuel people, I don't know how they got my number, but they got my number. I was talking to Tupac's half brother, just chopping it up with him on the phone, just about general stuff in general. Uh, and then yeah, they just called me out of the blue. Weird, right? But that's another conversation. We'll talk about that some other time. But I just know how they try to encroach around certain people because they trying to get something on you. But guess what? The jig is up. That's what I got to say. The jig is up on them with how they do their disinformation and try to get, let me say, I remember what Odell said in the beginning of his live, little of what you hear and guard what you look at. Yep, for real. For real. Yeah, no. That I'm not lying. Everything that I'm saying is on point. All that happened. That was some real life, like, yo, let's try to create a narrative. Let's try to get them caught up in something. Let's try. They tried it. They really tried it. And it didn't work. She got that Defender of Freedom Award. I think Ronnie Bo is off probation, so he's doing his thing. So shout out to him. And they're in a bunch of trouble because Jay-Z still got to answer to this Busby stuff. And why are you mentioned in the Epstein files? You're quelling the Black Revolution, basically. But I'm not here to bash Jay-Z or nothing like that. I'm just talking about, counterintelligence. That's really what this is. They officially ended COINTELPRO in the 70s, late 70s, but it still goes on. That was one part, and this Vlad stuff is another. So before I go, let me ask you a few questions. Y'all have seen a lot of AI clips on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, right? Have you seen a video where you weren't sure if it was real or not? You start thinking about if y'all seen videos if you wasn't sure if they were real or not. If you've seen a deep fake that fooled you, type AI, right? Just type that in the chat. Y'all, we gotta really get on our game and really start. We gotta have really, really good discernment in regards to what we are watching. Because I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of more people are moving away from even being online and doing a lot of things online. I know I'm working on just really, I won't say a digital free footprint, but I'm working on just not doing a whole lot online like that. You get what I'm saying? Because I know what this. I've been knew what it was, and now I really see what it does, and I'm like, yeah, y'all over here trying to do a whole lot. They're trying to push. What's that movie? Is it The Kingsman? Y'all ever saw The Kingsman where Samuel L. Jackson, I think he had a device, he had a phone, and he gave it to the, I got this new app for the world, and boom, everybody downloaded the app, and then they were able to get people to start fighting because of that app. Whenever that app will go off or something, people will start scrapping, fighting, woo, 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 Um, yeah, yeah. If and Jag, if you found 40 videos of you AI, you may have to go do the likeness thing on YouTube. I signed up for it because I said I'm going to go ahead and start going after these weirdos who take my likeness and think that they can run with it. I'm not a public figure like that, but I said let me run with it. They have this beta thing with YouTube where they can, okay, your likeness. If someone else is running off with it, trying to do X, Y, and Z, boom, you can strike them. But a lot more people are just saying, I'm just opting out of the digital life, which I'm not mad at. You know what I'm saying? And that might be that might be the key. I'd say stay off of online for, don't give too much to the system. Don't give too much of your real. I'm giving my likeness right now. So in 100 years, somebody gonna see this video. They probably gonna train a video for my video, train an AI for my video to be like, yeah, I know how this game works. I ain't tripping on that. But we got to start learning how to spot AIs, fakes. You got to listen for like real stuff, unnatural pauses. breathing that doesn't sound human. You got to watch the mouth movements. Got to look at the eyes because the AI will struggle with the blinking naturally. You look for weird movements, hand movements, bad lighting around the face. If the audio is too clean, it might be AI. And shout out to Jag because she was really getting it in when she broke down the Demore Hadley AI stuff. She broke down her own AI stuff. And, everybody got to start having better discernment. The media, the mainstream media is going to lie to you. A lot of these paid influencers are going to lie to you. But people like me, people like Jag, people like Archangel Michael, we trying to just really get the truth out there. You get what I'm saying? Yep, Yellow D, you can't believe anything you see on here. Yep, you can't. You cannot. You should not. Within a year or two, we're going to see a major scandal. Trust me, this is my prediction. A celebrity will get set up, a politician will get set up. Somebody's reputation is going to be destroyed by a fake AI clip, and it might not even get corrected because the internet loves the lies, and they don't really, cover the truth like that. I think a lot of these celebrities that are really involved in the Epstein stuff, because we might see some videos of them doing all types of crazy stuff, and all they're gonna say is, "Well, that's AI." You see the seed dance? That's kind of where I was going with the conversation too. You start seeing the rise of the AI. AI stuff been around, but they gave it to the public right on time with these disclosures, so people can. If this came out, all the stuff with the Epstein stuff came out, I would say, I don't know, 10 years ago, you probably had a lot more people out here that was going to be tearing some shit up because Palantir wasn't that strong, so they don't know who going to do what. And you got a lot more people that were just outraged. Now everybody's like, and that's why I think they're even putting that stuff out there too. Don't get it twisted. Palantir, y'all got to know what Palantir is, but it does predictions. And it kind of knows, okay, well, somebody might get robbed over here because of whoop whoop whoop. But like they've created Palantir off of like LAPD, SWAT. SWAT was made up after the riots in '65 in Watts, right? From not Daryl Gates, because he wasn't he wasn't the police chief then. It was God, who's that racist bastard? Who was the damn police chief? Can't think of his name. But that's where SWAT came from. Around that time. And then it became police became more like military or whatever. And then they had to attack the gangsters, the gangbangers. So they had a database of people who were possible gangbangers, and they had your all your quirks, your hair, your scars, this and that, your tattoos, all that stuff. That's what Palantir really got to start from. And then now it's just global. They're not tripping on terrorista. They're not tripping on them now. They looking at us. Because they want to know, okay, who gonna come over here and flip this and tear some shit up? Who has the voice to do this? That's why the Epstein stuff is very important. They were talking about Jay-Z being the person that has the ear of the blacks and can quell them and not have them running amok in the streets. That's their guy. That was their guy. For real. That's what they, and now they have a system in place to where, yeah, if they do decide to rebel, we'll know who they are in advance and we'll go get their ass. Yep, Minority Report, for real. That's what it is. So we just got to be on our shit and stop saying certain stuff online. Stop giving up the game. That's all I really got to say. Just, there's going to be a bigger scandal, and it's going to be done with a fake AI clip. I already see it. They're going to try to do it. Be ready for more fake AI, whatever. I just saw Nipsey just drop some new music, and I'm not gonna say it's AI because it's on Nipsey's official YouTube channel. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Marathon still continue. Extra laps, right? But somebody could have easily been like, "Oh no, that's AI." It sounded like Nip though, because it sounded like his soul. It sound like, it sounds like, nah, that ain't AI. Nah, that ain't AI. Um, but yeah, just be aware. That's pretty much all I want to say. I think 5150 is on right now. If y'all 5150, y'all go check that out. You saw what? Hey, what say Butler say? That spoke about that foul, the old own. Yep. Yep. And the fool only owned like less than a 1% of a percentage. And I think he put in like 200K and got 100K out of it. Like you sold your own people out for $100,000. It's a goddamn shame. You could have went and collect some cans. You could have collect aluminum and made more money, Jay-Z. That's a goddamn shame. But yeah, y'all look. Um, well, yeah, Trump with this AI stuff and his name's even being mentioned. I mean, I ain't even finna go there. Just all I'm saying though is overall is we're in a new era, and everybody just needs to you know start peeping and asking for receipts on everything. All right, ask for receipts on everything. Don't just fall for the okey doke. Just be on. Just ask on receipts on everything. People say money over everything. You say receipts over everything. ROE. And that could also be ROI, return on investment. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I didn't want to be on here too long. I hope I didn't bore y'all. I was spitting though. I was just on it. Y'all got any questions? Anybody got any comments, last words? Y'all want to say anything? We'll be back. I'll be back. I want more people when I do my podcast, and I'll probably just stick to a Sunday or something, right? I want more people to participate. I appreciate LP for coming on, but y'all, come on. If I put the link in the chat, you ain't got to show your face. I just want more people to participate. That's all. If y'all want, I'm even open to, hey, what's the topic? What y'all want to talk about? And for the most part, it'll just be, based on hip hop and, maybe current events. But if y'all want to talk about something more particular, we can. I just said, let me do something out of the ordinary with the AI stuff because not a lot of people are talking about the AI. And shout out to my master teacher, Siddiqui Bakari. He has some, I say there's special invites that you got to kind of be a part of. But if you're down, if y'all want to really, really tap in with my guy Siddiqui Bakari, just look him up, Siddiqui Bakari, and or you can email me and I can get you a connection with him. And God, I just had his book. I was reading his book, but I got all his books. He's been on this AI stuff for years. I'm telling y'all, he's been on this AI stuff. When I first met him, he's talking about AI. Nobody on the internet was talking about AI. So look up, I believe his website is still up, SiddiquiBakari.com, but he got books. He talks about all this stuff. Yeah, definitely Patricia Blair. Look up Siddiqui Bakari. That's my master teacher. That's the homie. Shout out to him. And he's been on this. And he wrote a book and he's talking about stuff that's gonna happen in 100 years. And he ain't missed a year. I'm like, okay. He said in 20, because I've been following him. I've been since what, 09, 08, 09, something. No, I mean, yeah, 2010, 2009, something like that. But he's been on it. He talking about, yeah, they're gonna be having battles and bots, and like he was on it years ago. So again, shout out to Siddiqui Bakari. And yeah, all this fake AI stuff, all this dead it. Stay locked in. Like I said, receipts over everything, y'all. All right. Yeah, the Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. Yeah, they were in the movie. They were fighting over over Epstein. Yeah, that was hilarious. Appreciate the likes. Yeah, appreciate all the people in the building. And yeah, I'm gonna do Wolf Tickets radio again this Sunday. And yeah, I'll be back before that though. But I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna stay locked in. I'm gonna try to keep it as authentic and uh the truth, the ma'akaru, the true voice. That's what we gonna give them. All right. Wolfgang Amadeus. Peace.